Hi guys, it's Bettina and I'm super excited today because I invested in some alcohol markers, but not the Copics. That was still a little bit too much for me. But I went to AC Moore last week and I noticed they had a sale on their Spectrum Noirs for $7.88 for 88 cents for a 6-pack, $7.88 for a 6-pack of colors. So I thought about it for a week, and then I went back yesterday, and saw they were still on sale. So I grabbed like 5 sets of the colors that I thought I would use the most, because, it just wasn't in my budget to get all of them, because there's probably 6 sets still left that I didn't pick up. And so, as the budget permits, I might get some more, because like I said, it's my first time using alcohol markers, and I thought I'd share that project with you. This is a gorgeous girl stamp that I used, and I forget her name. Let me see if I can grab her real quick. It is, let's see, what is your name? Your name is, oh, there is no name. It just says, "You Brought Me Love." And this is the stamp set right there. And so I thought I'd test out, how it is, what it's like to color with the alcohol markers, because I usually use either watercolor or coloring pencils. So it's quite a difference, because with watercolor, if you want to lighten up an area, you could use either a lighter color, or you can water down the color and get a lighter effect, and it blends, and it's very soft. And so it's a little bit different with the markers, because you can't just kind of fade them out to be lighter. So that's something I have to play around with and stuff. I do like how her hair turned out. I used reds and purple with that. I know I didn't get like the highlights or anything, but I still think it turned out cute. And so anyway, but I'm not going to use her for anything, because she was just, to practice, and I'll probably have to use several more tries to practice to get it, to where I'll be able to use it in a card or something. But something I noticed, and I thought that's really the main reason I thought I would share, is you can't use, apparently, Ranger archival ink, because that ink will bleed. It's fine for watercolors, because I haven't had a problem with it bleeding out, because it's apparently waterproof. But for using with alcohol markers, it started to just blur the lines. I had to redo her eyes with a black gel pen, and yeah, so it didn't do it right away. It just kind of like over like a 30-second. So at first, when it touched the ink, it was fine, and then I noticed that it was starting to blur out. So anyway. So that's something I noticed. And then I guess, I don't know if this is for all the alcohol markers. At least I don't remember from all the tutorials, but the colors kind of bleed a little bit. So, meaning not like with a regular marker, you draw a line and the line just stays like that. If you draw a line with the alcohol marker, it kind of bleeds out just a little bit. So it kind of grows, I guess. So that's something I have to, I guess, learn to adjust to, especially when I try to, color tiny, narrow areas like that. And so anyway, but overall, I'm happy with how she turned out, and I'm happy with the markers. It's going to take lots of practice to learn the blending and the proper shading and whatever, because you can't tell that I've tried to added shading. It all kind of looks like one color. So yeah, so that's going to take some practice and stuff. And another thing I thought I'd share about the Spectrum Noirs that I noticed is that the Spectrum Noirs, I bought the pale hues, and I was looking specifically at these two colors for like using those for skin tones. And then like the reds, I bought the reds, the turquoises, super pretty, the pinks, and the purples. So those are the sets that I purchased yesterday. And one thing I noticed that if you look at the color chart on the, let's say the pale hues, for example, the skin tones, I noticed that the colors that are shown right here is not what it actually looks like when you get it down on paper. So I made myself like a color chart, and so you can kind of see like the difference, how they look. I don't know if you can see. Looks like I have some glare, but I'm not sure, so I don't know if you can see. So it looks kind of different, and then even the way the caps are like colored versus how they come out on the paper is very different. Like this one looks kind of like a yellow, and then not bright yellow, but like a yellow tan, a light yellow tan. Like these two, like this one looks more pink, and this one looks a little bit more yellow, but then when you put it down on paper, it's more like a tan and a slightly peachier tan. So they don't really look like the same coming out on paper as they do like on the cap either. So, and then the most significant difference, at least I haven't tried out all the colors yet, so just the pale hues as far as making a color chart comparison. The TN2, look at, I don't know if you can see how yellow it looks, and then it's almost like an orangey tan. I don't know. It's kind of good because, like I said, the chart here shows very like yellow, but then when you actually put it on paper, it does look more like usable, like for skin tones, if that makes any sense. And then I feel like the closest match, the best match, was the EB2, kind of this olive, light olive color. I thought that one was actually a perfect match. Not according to this chart, because that actually looks more almost like a brighter green, but from what's shown on the cap, like the color on the cap versus the color on the paper, I feel like that's the closest match right there. So anyway, so I'll probably make a color chart for all the colors and see how they translate versus, you know, the colors on the caps and stuff, and I'll practice some more. But anyway, I just wanted to share that with you, and if you're interested in buying them, now is probably a really good time to do that, because AC Moore was having a sale yesterday. I hope there still are. For your sake, if you're interested, $7.88 for a 6-pack. And so anyway, that's my share for the day. Thanks for watching. Bye. Have a blessed day. Bye.